Grace Fellowship is a thriving body of believers with a heart to follow God and reach all people groups. As they move forward and celebrate growth, they still remember the small beginning in a simple living room.
Myself and 2 other women believed that God wanted us to begin to meet together and start to pray. We really had a burden for this area. And so we met together for 9 months and we prayed thinking that we were going to be starting a women's ministry. Instead of a women's ministry, it actually was a church that God was starting.
Then we started as a Bible study in a house with just those 3 couples. We had nothing but a big dream and a big faith in a big God who does big things with people who have big faith in a big God. And then in the fall of 2001, we began to invite people to the house to meet with us and filled up that living room real quick, and we started meeting at the YMCA. Then we had portable church for a year where we set up and tore down each week, and we grew in there to about 100 people. We've gone from those original 6 people to about 700 regular attenders in this church.
This church, while large in numbers, maintains a family-like structure where multitudes feel welcome.
We have no family in the area, and the relationships we formed through the church have been our primary friends.
I mean, it felt like we belonged here, like we'd been missing this place and this was our home.
We're a large homeschool family, and so it's important for us to be connected to a church because for our kids, church is also their social activity. It's their discipleship, it's everything to them.
While being a warm and secure body, Grace Fellowship is also known for the spirit-filled atmosphere where the glory of God is changing His people.
It's spirit-filled and there's so much love between the pastors and the congregation.
And we want people to be able to come here and experience the manifest presence of God. So they touch heaven and God changes earth. They go away different than they were before.
I know for Matthew, he has been sick his entire life. Since we've started Grace, Matthew's not sick anymore. And he worships with all of his heart.
The church has helped me, especially with my fear of being rejected. I don't really have that fear anymore.
It has changed my life since I came here because I was very bitter, worried. But when I came here, the teachings, the fellowship with others, it has transformed me.
The church has seen amazing growth and is now experiencing major growing pains.
The issue is mainly in office space and then especially with children's space. We have over 150 children here on Sundays and we're rapidly running out of space. We have a real desire to reach families, so we must make space. If we don't make space for kids, it's going to stifle our growth as a church.
We definitely have a space issue, and this is something that the pastors have encompassed in us, that we need a bigger building because our harvest time is coming.
We need a church that has a lot of room so that people can hang out and visit and build relationships. Right now we kind of have to rush them out so we can make room for the next service.
As the momentum grows and propels the church, now is the time to seek God over how to accommodate this next stage of growth.
We have a whole lot of momentum in our church right now in every area, from children's ministry through the senior adults ministry. All those ministries are outgrowing the space that we have. We've been praying and seeking God for several years about what He would have us do. And that's why we're going into this momentum campaign.
We really desire to have a world-class facility with state-of-the-art equipment and a lot more space. We want to have a coffee shop where people can fellowship and visit and make connections, and children's classes that are situated and set up in a way that, you know, children have things that they can play on. You know, we want to have a big indoor playground and, you know, just areas where people can build relationship and gather together.
with being able to have more classrooms, more space, we'll be able to even evolve even further to reach out to the people's needs.
Very excited about helping get people to come to the Lord, and whatever we got to do to get them to come to the Lord.
I think the whole idea behind Momentum is to reach the lost and to bring people in. It's great to see people getting involved and serving and using their gifts to try to help others.
As the campaign begins, unity and excitement will increase, and investments into the future will be made.
We're just very excited for a new building, a new facility, a new gateway, if you will, for the city. It's exciting to be a part of it, and very much looking forward to it.
First of all, teamwork makes the dream work.
Right.
And we've been in situations before where we tried to do it all ourselves, and we saw how limiting that is, and it failed.
And we've been so blessed to have a group of people who are united in their faith and in love. And it takes all of us in this campaign to just seek God, hear from God, and then to do what He tells us. And if we all do that, we will accomplish the will of God and the plan of God for our lives as individuals and for the life of our church.
Every step that He has led us to take, He's been faithful to provide for whatever we needed.
Right.
And it's really exciting to see what the future holds.
So I wholeheartedly support this vision. I wholeheartedly support my pastors and all the leadership here, and we just pray that people will come on board and just see what the Lord has already done.
I'm excited, to be able to be where I'm at in life and grow into where we're at now as a church body. So yeah, it's very exciting.
We started with nothing, but it was always, God said, do this, do this, do this, and we just did it. And I think the fact that we're true to the Word and we're true to our vision, it hasn't changed, we're really on the right track.
God has a huge plan and calling for this congregation, and I'm excited for my parents. I'm excited to still be 10 years later supporting them, and I'm excited for what's going to happen in the lives of people, including myself.
God has done great things at Grace Fellowship Church. He is doing great things at Grace Fellowship Church, but we believe our greatest days are ahead. It's exciting to have the momentum that we have, and we believe that this church is a place where you can meet with God, experience His presence and His power. You can be part of a loving family that's made up of all cultures and ethnic groups, and you can be a part of a church that has real momentum. We invite you to join us and see what God does in your life.